Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs! Today we're going to talk about Exo-squad, and I know this is a little different because I'm actually out of town. I'm in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and I'm not around my gadgets, my tech to properly shoot, edit, produce a video, but I still have a lot to talk about. So really what happened was this little podcast that I was listening to last week, or recorded. Yeah, it's a Gundam Explained show live. But anyway, we were talking about Exo-squad, and I'm reading this article about Exo-squad, and they talk about how it's an American anime, and, this is something I did watch as a kid, but just it renewed interest, and they were talking about, oh, you could watch it on Peacock. So actually out here on this little mini kind of vacation I'm doing, I had some downtime. There's Peacock at this Airbnb, so I decided I'm going to watch some Exo-squad, and to be honest, I was shocked and surprised how well it stands up and how good it still is. Maybe there's some caveats to that, but we'll talk about that. So I took some notes, because I don't really have my computer around to do anything. So anyway, Exo-squad, it's an American anime, and that's how they touted it. It came out in '93, around the same time as, Batman the Animated Series, X-Men, '92. In fact, 93? No, there's 97. Anyway, and I'm not going to edit this, so all the mistakes. Anyway, that X-Men animated series and this Exo-squad was actually written by the same person. So it really has a lot of interesting adult themes that at the time it came out, at my age, I don't think I really understood it or grasped it enough, because what this story does, it really impacts like the action, the stuff I like, the mechs. So that's the thing. So this is a mech-based show, an American cartoon, American anime, and it's not my favorite style of mechs, but I like it. I mean, I like it enough to, when I was a kid, I bought when it was Phaeton, the guy with the purple mech. But or what do they call them? Exo frames, E-frames. The mechs look cool. I like that they have space battles, and the music is really good. The music is reminiscent of something from Star Wars, something like orchestrated and epic. And this show leans hard into it. It leans so hard into it that in the first episode, the 7-man or something team of Exo-squad people go out, and all of them but 2 die, early on, and it's initiated by this faction opposite the Exo-squad faction, I guess, which are the Terrans, or Earth-based people. You have the pirates from Saturn, right? But then you have Neo-Sapiens, which are these human-created, pretty much slave labor that then decided they want their own independence. Pretty neat idea and story. So we have Mars, Venus, Saturn colonizing the solar system. But what's interesting is not only do we get space battles with space pirates versus the Terrans, but this Neo-Sapien part is intriguing and interesting. Reminds me of Emperor Palpatine, Episode 1, Phantom Menace, where you have this guy playing in the background, acting like he is with the Terrans with this space pirate attack, but secretly he's planning to build his own army that then he can fight back the Terrans while they're busy trying to fight the space pirates. So there's these really cool dynamics when it comes to factions going on, very reminiscent of Gundam. So you have that, you have people that are outright dying, and then you have other little issues that pop up because there's some Terrans that don't like the Neo-Sapiens. There's some different factions, and some people go with them. There's even some Neo-Sapiens that are also with the Terrans, and that's also another part of the whole thing, because then they even have them where they'll be in the battles with them, the Neo-Sapiens. But then it's a very interesting kind of thing, like you see with the Space Noids, Earthians, so it has that conflict. It's very interesting. And let me look at my other notes real quick. Yeah, people pass by. I'm not going to be able to edit that out, sorry. Okay, so solar system, space pirates, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, deaths going on throughout. Did I really cover everything so fast? Well, here's the other thing. So it's on Peacock, and the first season's 13 episodes. And after that, there's season 2, that's 39 episodes. It really sounds like they must have hit something during that time and thought, hey, season 2 needs to be bigger. So I watched the first 4 episodes, and I was about to keep on binging, but I decided not to. And this is something Steven and I have even talked about in some Gundam Explained lives, where, there's these shows now that you can consume, and you can go through the whole thing, but you don't really take it in. So I watched the first 4 episodes of Exo-squad, and then when I had some more downtime, I just went back and watched the first 4 episodes again. I thought that was actually a cool way to go about it, because I picked up on some things that I didn't realize from before. I I was able to then focus sometimes on what was happening in the battles instead of trying to figure out what they're talking about, and I was impressed. Now, I mean, here's the thing. It's early 90s American animation. American manager based animation, even though I think it's South Korea that did it. So it's not perfect. It's not Japanese animation perfect. It's still actually pretty good. I think it's very clear. Like the line art was clear throughout. Sometimes animations would be sort of goofy, but I see what they're going for, like zooming in on like ships on the exterior to where someone, you know, would be inside. Like how they're trying to make the animation work. It's like you can tell it had a budget, but it pulled it off, and it's fantastic. So let me check my notes again, make sure there's not anything else I wanted to add. You know, really just to say Exo-squad, I think so far is worth the time. Just based on what I've watched so far, it's very Gundam-like. It's very mature and adult-like. I think they could revive this. It's maybe the designs. Like, they would have to redo some things. It's very interesting how much between both the E-frames and the humans, they're almost over-designed, but not too much to where you can take some subtleties out of what they're trying to go for, because I appreciate the designs in general. A couple other things, you know, this came out in early 90s, but there's a lot there that reminds me of the prequels of Star Wars, that reminds me of like Starship Troopers, for instance. They have like this news reporter guy that's trying to get the inside scoop and tell a story, you know. Yeah, you kind of see that perspective of what, you know, the people think in general. Well, anyway, that just about does it. Thanks all for watching. I know this is a weird one, but talk later.